Oh man, that's we'll have to fix that in a minute or later. What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Dave, back at it with another video, but we're doing things a little bit different today. There's no riding. As you can see, both bikes are in the garage, and well, it's just not real good weather for me to want to ride today. I haven't really put it on the channel before because, well, never really got around to it. Just I've been enjoying actually riding and making motovlogs and stuff like that, but I figured now is as good a time as any to just introduce y'all to the KZ project. All I can really tell you about it is that it's a 1980 KZ 440. At least that's how it started life. As you can see, it's been chopped and made into a hardtail. It's got the Springer seat. The fender's not even attached to anything. But what it does have is a fairly new motor, because I got the bike from a friend of mine and it was just frame and wheels and the tank with some terrible looking handlebars on it. So I had some old MX bars that I pulled out of the attic and put on there. I think it looks a little bit better. And bought this engine off of eBay, and we actually rebuilt the top end of it. We got like some I'm no mechanic. I just know that the cylinders were bored and that there's bigger pistons and rings or something like that in it. But yeah, if you follow me on my Instagram, then I posted a bunch of pictures on there of like the process of us building it and like putting it back together and getting the engine into the frame. Didn't really record any video on that because well, didn't really think about it at the time, honestly. We were having more fun actually just working on the engine than actually trying to make a video about it. So that's that. But today, what I'm gonna do is, while we were working on it, there were these little dowel pins. I don't know if y'all can see them or not. Here. These little metal pins, really. They were seized in the old block, so we couldn't get them out. So this valve cover actually needs to come off so I can put these in there. And we're also going to take some ultra black gasket maker and put around there just to be sure about it. And yeah, that's today's project. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this tank off. As cool as this gas tank looks on the bike, I don't know if I really want to keep it. Alright, so to take the valve cover off, we're going to need to not drop our tools everywhere. We're going to need just 10 and 12 millimeter socket and wrench. So just going to go ahead and start taking stuff apart. Get in there. There it is. All right. So that's all the 10 millimeter bolts out of the valve cover, valve cover. Now for the 12s. Like I said in the beginning, I am by no means a mechanic. I just know a few things. I know how stuff works, but as far as how to work on stuff that's where I get a little bit in the way of myself. Valve cover's starting to get a little loose now. There we go. Let's see if we can get the valve cover off. Hell yeah. I'm really excited about this because I actually got to be here when all this was assembled. I got to torque everything down in here, like all these bolts. I put the camshaft in. I got to help put the chain on. Like, never doing that before really got me excited, because now it's just like every time, whenever I look at this, like right now, I'm just like, dude, I remember being in here. I remember like doing this. To some of y'all, if y'all work on engines and stuff, that's probably not that super cool, but to me, being somebody that has never done it before, you know, really, you know, done it for himself, yeah, it's a pretty cool thing. It's like riding a motorcycle for the first time, but it's just a little bit different. It's kind of like breathing life into something that lost its way somehow. You know what I'm saying? If that makes any sense. Just a thin layer over the edge, or the parts that are actually going to be contacting each other. It's like right here and here. So none of this stuff in the middle is going to be touched, because you don't want this in your engine. You don't want this to actually be floating around in your internals. That's now what it will do, I don't know. I just know that it's not good, and if it's not good, then it's bad. Okay, so I guess just squirt it on my finger. Right, I think that ought to be about pretty good. So this stuff, I think it says it cures in like 24 hours, so like right now it's still good, but we're still gonna kind of hustle to get it all back together. Put that pin in there, put this pin in here. I'm gonna put some RBT on this side too, just to be safe. Just a little bit though. This may be just a touch overkill, but I don't have anyone here to tell me to not do this. And at least in my mind, you know, doing it on both mating surfaces would make the seal better, correct? I mean, it makes sense to me. Now let's put this bad boy on. You know what, I'm going to take this top piece off. Give myself a little bit more clearance. Oh, you just had to manhandle it. Okay, cool. Let's start throwing these bolts back in. So really, as far as anyone's concerned, the final form of this bike is, I kind of have an idea about it, but I don't know. I don't know for sure yet. So this is, like I said, this is kind of my first rodeo into building a motorcycle, or really building anything that's not Legos. Me personally, I just want to get it running and driving. I don't mind it looking all crummy and stuff like that, kind of like a rat bike, like dirty, rusty, crusty, all that other stuff. As long as it runs and drives and it's, you know, I mean, I'm not expecting this bike to be reliable because it's an old bike, you know what I mean? I just think it would be fun to ride, and this is a challenge for myself, you know? I want to see if I can make something, you know, live again. I think that's pretty much it as far as this project is concerned. There's oh, no, there's supposed to be an O-ring in here. Well, let's see, do I have that O-ring? Maybe it's this. Oh, that looks like a winner right there. Sorry about that, guys. My camera was getting ready to die, so I went in and put it on the charger. Went ahead and put all the rest of the thing back up, cleaned this little top piece out, bolted it back on. There's not really much else I can do to it aside from just really cleaning it up. So I'm gonna just put the tank back on so I don't have to, so I don't have to worry about knocking it over. As I said before, I like the tank, but I'm not crazy about it. Like, wait, just listen if you can. I know there's easy ways to, you know, clean them out and whatever, but I still think a stock Kawasaki tank would look really good on it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just Google a 1980 Kawasaki KZ 440 LTD. That gas tank is the one I like. So next time I do anything to this bike, I will definitely record, because I actually had fun messing around with it. It's kind of a low stakes deal. It's like I don't really need to have it done at any point, because it's just a project, you know. Like always, anything two wheels, whether you're working on a 40-year-old bike, you're bopping around town on the Bolt, or having the dad bod on the Big Daddy bagger of a Vulcan, man, just have fun being on two wheels. And I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you for the likes and the subscribes. I think we're almost up to 20 subscribers now, which is, you know, a little bit to some people, but a lot to me. So that I think is really cool. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and no matter what you're doing, it's okay to be astray. Peace.